Hey guys, welcome back to some crypto. In today's content, we'll talk about Litecoin, Balancer, YFI, PCX, and Band. So it is November 3rd, 2021, just about like a 9:20 p.m. Eastern time, right? So these targets basically they're not basically short-term targets. We're looking for some macro targets, right? To the upside and to the downside and all that good stuff, and what type of correction we could anticipate going forward, right? For the next like let's say 6 to 12 months, right? So if you guys recall all the alt I gave you back in back in February, like the CHR and all that good stuff, they're playing out beautifully. Okay, FTM, they're still pumping. So these targets basically they're going to be they're not going to be some short-term price action. Okay, not like Litecoin dumping down to like a 150 and everybody's panicking and all that good stuff, right? So let's go ahead and hit the lights, right? We got Nate in the house, Moonboy, David in the house, 46 Zebra in the house, Francisco in the house. Thanks a lot for tuning in. Craig says, I'm packing my bags, man. You always got your bags packed, man. Please, man, leave me with some some coins, man. All right, Craig. Thanks a lot for tuning in. Crypto Bengal in the house. Thanks a lot for tuning in. Dan in the house. We got all the Moon Boys in the house. So no Doom Boys, right? No Doom Boys. So let's go ahead and dive into the analysis. So we're gonna start off with Litecoin, Balancer, and so on, right? So just like the way you see it on the screen, right? So if you're going back within the next like a few weeks to rewatch, you know exactly what to look for and all that good stuff, right? So now we're gonna start off with Litecoin. With all the Litecoin Moon Boys, I know they're not gonna believe the price target we could be getting over the next like a few months, right? So when we take a look at Litecoin, right, it is pretty clear we do have a beautiful potential wave 5 coming up within the next like a few months. Okay, I don't expect like Litecoin to break out like to a $5,000 and all that good stuff in the next like a few weeks, but on the macro scale, right, we got a wave 5 coming up. We just don't know as of now, right, how high it is going to be. We got Litecoin target all the way up to 2,000. It could even be like higher than 2,000, right? And most of the Moon Boys not gonna believe it. Just like when CHR was like 13 million market cap, and I was like, guys, CHR is not a monthly pick; it is like a yearly pick, right? CHR was like a 13 million market cap, and we started buying it back then, just about like I think 50 sats, right, or 3 cents, and now it is above like 60 cents. Okay, so people are FOMOing on it. We picked it back in February, so you gotta be able to pack your bags very early, okay, not like when these suckers starts to pump. So that's why most people be panicking when they dump like a 20%, 30%, right? We've been accumulating these all throughout the summer and all that good stuff, right? So when you take a look at Litecoin, we do have a 5-wave structure. Okay, so the first wave started back in 2013, dump all the way down to like just about like $1.50, give or take, right? Back in February 2015, and now and as you can see right here, we pump all the way up to like a 360. Most of you guys remember Litecoin pump all the way up to 350, and we got our bear market all the way down to like a $22. Okay, so what we're looking at right now is like, can we basically pump to the upside and complete our wave 5 right there? Okay, so that's a big question. So that's a big question. And when we take a look at the volume, not the volume, but the MACD, it looks great. Okay, I don't see anything bearish on the MACD. It looks pretty juicy right there. As you can see, after the bear market reaccumulation back in 2018, 2020, and all that good stuff, you can see like, as soon as we cross above the histogram, we pump massively to the upside, right? So that's when Litecoin started pumping, just about like from $50. If you were in our group a year ago, guys, Litecoin November 3rd 2020, Litecoin $50, $53. What I said, guys, pack your bags. Sushi, pack your bags. EGLD, pack your bags. Okay, the first week of November, I was like, okay, these guys, they're going to go crazy. Okay, so Litecoin, ever since like we broke out above $60, you can see like we're still above like a $60 12 months later. Okay, so we're looking pretty juicy. So as you can see right here, after we got the MACD crossed bullish right there, we pumped nearly a 600% move, give or take. Okay, so right here, if we go back to 2017, after we got our MACD crossed bullish right here, MACD above the histogram, we pumped nearly, guys, over 80, 80x, give or take, right? 80x. So I would be expecting within the next like a few weeks or even like a few months, right, Litecoin to break out above all-time high. And once we break out above all-time high, the easiest way to get our next fib level is like to do a swing high down to swing low, and 1.618 extension, it is going to be all the way up to a $2,000. We talked about $2,000 Litecoin, 4-6 months ago. It is still in play. It is still in play. Okay, so that's what we're going to be looking for, 2,000 and higher within the next like a few weeks or even like a few months going forward. The problem is like, are we going to be moving sideways, longer? You see what I'm saying? Like, are we going to be just creating another three-way move down to retest like $100 and so on? That's the only, potential bearishness I can see in the short term. But on the macro scale, as long as we do not break out below like let's say $80 and so on, the upside target, it is still going to be up. Okay, that's a macro projection, not a short term 10% to a 30% dump and all that good stuff. So keep an eye on Litecoin. Total market cap, let's go ahead and take a look at it. The current total market cap for the crypto is just about like what, 2.7 trillion, and Litecoin is, let's go ahead and take a look at Litecoin. So Litecoin market cap just about like a 14 billion. Okay, even NEO was like a 14 billion last bull market. So 14 billion, it is not a lot. I think like Litecoin could worth at least like 80 billion to 100 billion, right? Depending on how we're going to be picking within the next like a few weeks or even like a few months. Okay, a 5x, 7x will take us to 100 billion. All right. So something to basically keep in mind. Now let's go ahead and take a look at Litecoin BTC. When we take a look at Litecoin BTC, it is not one of the most beautiful chart, right, in the world. But one thing we can say is like it likes to get the job done. That's the most important thing. Whenever we get an out season, it's going to pump. It's not going to pump like a 10x and all that good stuff, but it will get the job done. Okay, it is not very volatile, but it will get the job done. Okay, back in 2017, the first quarter of 2017, that's when we got our biggest pump, one of our biggest pump. And ever since, like, after that, right, we haven't seen yet a 600% pump on Litecoin. Okay, since like a 2017, all these new coins, DOT, Solana, and all those, all that good stuff, they've been pumping like a 10, 20, 50, 100x versus BTC. So I think Litecoin pumping a nice 600% again won't be a big deal. Okay, and if BTC goes up like, let's say 2x and Litecoin goes up like a 600% versus BTC, it is already a 12, 13x in USD. All right, and we just talked about like a Litecoin going like all the way up to $2,000 potential. All right, so the MACD bull divergence on a weekly basis, it is still in play, right? It is still in play. We did have a nice one right here back in October 2019, but it failed to basically a breakout. It failed to break out to the upside. So so I think like that move, okay, we missed right here back in 2019. We're gonna get it. Okay, we're going to get it at some point. I just don't know when. That's the problem. This guy could do something like that, okay, and finally break out to the upside, right? So keep that in mind. Litecoin, it is still a top 20 coin, right? It's been around since when? Since like a 2014. Even though it is not breaking out versus BTC, it will get the job done one day, right? So beautiful chart versus the dollar. The BTC pair, it is just not that juicy, but it is likely to get the job done within the next like a few months, right? So let's go ahead and take a look at the next coin. So the next coin going to be Balancer. Okay, Balancer, a fairly new coin, right? Came out like summer 2020, so it hasn't been pumping a lot in USD, right? If you really think about it in terms of like a wave analysis, we haven't even yet completed a massive wave one. Okay, so if you go back to Litecoin, you can see like our wave one right here was pretty big. Okay, I would say right there. Okay, 10x, or you could say like wave two, like a nearly 100x. So if we go back to Balancer, right here, the most we gotten so far, it is like a pump, a 700% pump. Okay, so it hasn't pumped, it has not yet pumped a lot. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at it on TradingView. Yeah, right here. Yeah, it hasn't pumped a lot yet, right? So what we're looking at right now is like we got a beautiful structure, BLA USD, right? Beautiful MACD right here on our weekly basis. Most of the time, you don't tend to get what? A double crossover, right? It is not quite right a bullish divergence, right? But it looks good enough to anticipate a potential breakout to the upside, right? So from the May high right here, we got a big rejection. If you guys remember, I was expecting a Balancer and Band, both of them to a breakout. But what happened was like we created a bearish divergence right there on our weekly basis, right? Price action was making high highs right there, and our RSI was basically was saying, okay, I'm gonna dump. So we got the dump already. Now we created a hidden bullish divergence on our weekly basis. You can even see it, I think, on the 3D. Let's go ahead and take a look at it on the 3D. So on the 3D, it doesn't look bad neither, right? So still looking pretty juicy on the 3D right there. So all we need to do, right, within the next like a few weeks and so on, right, to create a wave 3 potentially. So that's going to be our wave 1. Let's say the entire move right here could be our wave 1. That's our wave 2. And then we, could be looking for our wave 3 to the upside. All right, 4 and 5. And if that's the case, right here, we could be looking for a potential 1.618 extension. The retracement was deep enough, so we could look for, at least 1.41 extension, which could be like somewhere around like a 350, right? Or even higher, 1.618 extension going to be almost around like a $500, $500, right? So it looks good. Double crossover on our MACD, a nice hidden bullish divergence right here. MACD is making low lows. RSI is making low lows. Price action is making high lows. So it is a beautiful setup. That's the same setup we took on CHR. If you guys remember a couple of days ago, CHR, BTC before the breakout, everybody's, FOMOing. We talked about it a week ago before the breakout. So Balancer could be going crazy within the next like a few weeks, few months, and so on, right? So the downside potential, it is like we just have to hold the support area right here. If we get a crash, we got support still back down to the July lows right here, June lows, just about like a $14. Our macro support going forward, right, going to be right here, just about like a $7. Okay, that's going to be our macro support, and our primary support, if we get a double bottom, right? Let's say we get a double bottom right here, get a short-term crash, we can still complete the wave 3 to the upside. We will talk about wave 4, but let's just get wave 3 first. and get another correction. The correction could be nasty also, just like what happened back in May, right? Bang. And we will basically try to define our next correction. The hardest thing is like to anticipate a correction before it starts. Okay, let's just complete the wave 3 potentially, if and only if, you know, $14 is our bottom. We got a big move coming up within the next like a few weeks or even like a few months, right? So if the bull market you know gets extended, right, we could see some big move, you know, moves to the upside, right? So now let's take a look at BLA BTC. BLA BTC, I'm more confident, right, regarding this chart than the USD chart, right? So when we take a look at it right here, we're getting a repeating pattern, meaning like what we're saying back in December 2020, right here, double bottom. We got the same double bottom right there. And if we take a look at it on our MACD also right here, we got a what? A bull divergence right here. That's the easiest price pattern, right, to trade in this market. I said it multiple times, okay? You can find multiple patterns, okay? Most of them will work. But the 3D bull divergence, okay, it is up there. I would say like one of the top 3 probably, okay? Top 3 pattern regarding alt season. Okay, we've been trading these alt season like over the last what I would say since like February 20, actually since like March 2019, right? I've been playing these alt seasons, right? And the 3D bull divergence, right? It is one of the most important pattern to pay attention to. Okay, it works 90% out of the time. Okay, so pay attention to it. I talk about it multiple times. That's why, you know, when alt were dumping like during the summer, you know, July, August, September, I was like, it is time to be accumulating alt. It's gonna be tough, but September, October, it is one of the best time to accumulate alt. I said it, guys. I was like, I'm not gonna be talking about alt. It is not alt season yet, right? So if you talk about alt during like the downtrend, you know, this alt could dump like versus BTC under the 20, 30, 40, or even like a 50%, because the BTC dominance was going to push back up. We talked about it back in September, right? I was like, just accumulate. We got enough time, right? November, December, or even January going into February could be a good time if you can be patient. Okay, if you can be patient, you know, most of these setups will play out. Okay, not financial advice, right? So do your own research. So, but beautiful setup. I like the setup. It is one of the setup you just want to, you know, you just want to be staring all the time. You see what I'm saying? Because the chart is so beautiful. Like you don't even want to close your computer, right? You just want to be like looking at the chart like all the time, right? I mean, I'm not expecting this sucker to break out tomorrow, but it looks very nice. Okay, double bullish divergence on the RSI right there. Okay, and MACD. So our upside resistance, it is going to be right there, just about like a you know, 67,000 up to 70,000 right there. Okay, that's going to be our short-term resistance. Okay, so our macro support, right? Since like we're making low lows, right? It is hard to find a you know, macro support, right? So we could just say, all right, if we do a swing low, let me just redo it. If we do a swing low from the January lows right here to the May highs, right, April highs, our 1.618 extension to the downside going to be right around like a 20,000. Okay, 20,000 sats if we do not break out versus BTC. So okay, that's going to be the downside potential. Something to just keep in mind. Everything looks good, but if we do not break out right now and get another consolidation, because even though the MACD is bullish right here, sometimes you got to keep something in mind. Like, you know, MACD could give you another double crossover, meaning like something like that. And if that's the case, price action could still make a lower low right there. Okay, with a, you know, wedge pattern, something like that, right? So that's possible. So you just have to understand what's going on. That way, when we get the dump, you know where to accumulate or where to reaccumulate and all that good stuff. If you did not jump in right here, right? The macro resistance is going to be all the way up to 250 to 275 range. Okay, so it looks pretty juicy. It looks very, very juicy. Okay, it is only a 5x. Okay, it's not even a big move, right? Compared to FTM, okay, from like a 50 sats to like a 5,000 sats, like a FET, CELR, IOXT, IOST, all those coins, right? They pump like over 20x in BTC, right? So on average, not all of them, but on average, just FTM pump over 100x, right, in BTC. So now let's go ahead and move on to the next coin. The next coin is going to be YFI. This bad boy could make a decision, okay? Could make a decision very, very, very soon, okay? So if you guys recall back in March, okay, March, April, right here, what I was saying was like this guy going to pump to 100K, all right? I was calling for YFI, $95,000 up to 100K, right? And back then, it wasn't even like a $40,000, right? And it got the job done in our premium. Okay, so if you in our premium, you know exactly what I'm talking about, right? So we got a nice triple bottom. So we got a nice triple bottom right there, just about like a half a BTC, 0.05, 0.5 to 0.6, right? So respecting the support area, volume doesn't look bad overall, right? The volume is still decreasing right here. It means like we're about to get a big move, okay? So the problem with this setup is like on the 3D, we're not getting what? We're not getting a bullish divergence right there, okay? That's the first bearish sign we got to keep in mind. Even though I'm bullish on it on a macro view, we need to basically create a bull divergence on our 3D basis, okay? If we take a look at it on the 2D basis, okay, it looks pretty juicy. Okay, it looks pretty juicy, but it means at the same time, right, the next move might not be the initial move we will basically be anticipating to take us to all the way up to like a 3 BTC or so on, right? That's going to be our macro target. We will talk about it later. So keep an eye on it. Keep an eye on it, right? On the 2D, we're looking good. On the 3D, not yet. I mean, on the 3D, not yet, right? But on the RSI, right here, we could break out and retest the RSI. So it could be a big fight between the bulls and the bears. Once we break out to the 0.8 BTC, 0.9 BTC, we could retest the support area. And once we retest the support area right here, right, we could get our bull divergence. You see what I'm saying? So we already got the job done right here, right? So we already got our bullish divergence, right? So we know we got a pretty good chance to pump. Okay, so but if we pump, that move might not be strong yet because the RSI, right, hasn't basically created a bullish divergence. So the retest of the price action, RSI is going to be moving very fast, price action going to be moving slow, and we're going to get what? A double divergence, meaning like MACD is still going to do something like that, and RSI going to retest the bottom, and we could basically take it to the moon and all that good stuff, right? So keep that in mind. So our immediate resistance, right, going to be right here, right? Once we break out above the, give or take 0.7, 0.8 BTC, we could be looking for like a 1.5 BTC within the next like a few months and so on. Okay. Okay. And our macro resistance target, it is going to be all the way up to like a 3 BTC to 3.5 BTC. All right, capiche? So it looks pretty straightforward, right? I try to make it very simple, right? So because these are macro targets, so you can always go back and recheck these analysis, right? That's why I'm giving you upside targets and downside support, just in case we get a short-term downtrend and we need to reaccumulate again, right? So, and the downside support, once again, if we break out below the support area right here and lose it and lose our bullishness right there on our 2D, we could be looking for the next fib level, right? That's going to be swing low to swing high. Right now we at 50% pullback. 0.618 going to be right here, just about like a 0.37 BTC. Okay, 0.37 BTC going to be our next support if we break out to the downside. It is going to be a nice 30% dump, and we got a nice reaccumulation area right there back in August 2020. Okay, we price action reaccumulated just about like a 0.36 BTC before the pump all the way up to 3.5 BTC. A beautiful, beautiful 10x move, over 10x actually, 1000% gain. Right, so keep an eye on it. Very accumulative, very tricky, right, in terms of price action, but it is likely to get the job done within the next like a few months, right? So now let's go ahead and take a look at the YFI USD. The YFI USD does look great, right? It looks great on, let's take a look at it on the 3D. So it looks good right here. We got our MACD still positive, right? MACD still positive right here. We got our medium term, okay, not long term, but I would say call it like a medium term support right there, all the way down to like a 27 to a 26,000. I think this guy could get to a 350 before BTC. Let me know what you guys think. Do you think YFI will get to a $350,000 before BTC? Right. So that's going to be our macro, I would say medium term. Okay, medium term support. Once again, right, 26 to a 28. We got our September resistance just about like a 42,000 to a 43,000. Right there. Okay. Capiche. 42,000 to a 43,000 range. Just like a Maker, we talked about Maker before the breakout, right? Similar setup, same price range and all that good stuff, right? In terms of like a timing. So that's going to be our support, and that's going to be our resistance. And once we break out above 43,000, we could be going back up to like 100,000, which is going to be the May resistance. We talked about May, the May resistances for most of these alt, are pretty, a very aggressive range to look for, because most of these alt, they still like a 100%, 200% below their May resistances and all that good stuff, right? So we could be looking for 95 to 100K again. Right here it shows like a 90, but if you go on Binance, it has it pump all the way up to 100K and all that good stuff, right? So that's going to be our next upside resistance, right? And medium term resistance 42 to 43, and support once again 28 to 26, right? So in terms of wave analysis, it is kind of tricky, right? Because we could say the entire move right here, right? It is our wave one. Okay, that's possible. But if we say like the move from let's say $1,000 all the way to $100,000 is wave one, it means like we could correct longer. We could correct longer before we pump higher, right? So we could correct longer. And if that's the case, going back to YFI BTC, it could mean like YFI BTC could be dumping even lower down to like a 0.19.2 BTC and so on, right? That's a bearishness, right? The entire wave being like a wave one. However, if we just say like this wave right there, it is our wave one, and the wave to the downside, right, all the way down to like a 7,000 was our wave two. We could just assume, right, the next wave to the upside going to be our wave three, right? And the first wave we got from 8,000, 7,000 range all the way up to 100,000 was just wave 1 of wave 3. You see what I'm saying? So we could say like this is wave 2 of wave 3, and we could get wave 3 of 3, and then 4 and 5. You got the concept, right? So it is possible. That's the most bullish setup I can I can read right now regarding the upside potential, right? If we break out above 100K, right? So now I know most of you guys going to be like, you just said YFI could go all the way up to 300K, right? So if we do a big retracement, right, from a swing high down to swing low, right, our 1.618 extension, it is not quite all the way up to like a 300K, but it is going to be all the way up to like a 200K. Okay, it is going to be all the way up to 200K, right? So keep an eye on YFI. Looks very, very interesting in terms of reaccumulation and in terms of like a long-term holding, right? So keep an eye on it. Not financial advice, but looks pretty juicy, right? So Popcorn Whisperer, hey, thought on NKN. We will talk about NKN when I'm done. Hey, what's up, Ivan? Thanks a lot for tuning in. Tyler in the house. Pablo S Crypto in the house. Walter, thanks a lot. Walter Jr. in the house. Thanks a lot for tuning in. Sugar in the house. Can we check Uni? I'm going to go ahead and take a look at these alt first, and we're going to talk about all your requests, okay? Creep Crazy. I want to talk about sand. We're going to talk about sand, and we're going to talk about dust. All right, guys. So if you've been making profits off of my calls, make sure to hit the likes, right? And I'm not giving you any short-term targets, guys. It is hard to find in this market, right? A macro trader giving you like a 10x move, 20x move. It is very hard. I can't find any. I don't know, right? I can find any traders right now giving you like some like a 10x, or not even 10x, but 5x moves. Okay, they just say this coin can 100x and all that good stuff. But I'm giving you like a detailed analysis. I can do like a multiple short videos, right? Do a lot of video editing and all that good stuff. I'm not the best editor, but when I do a short video update, you guys not gonna learn anything. Okay, I can upload a 5 minutes video, right? Only to tell you like a BTC will break out 10%. But with this live stream, I know it is long, but you at least going to learn something. Okay, because that's how I learn everything I know, right? So I did not learn it. I did not learn anything watching like a 5 minutes videos, right? So so keep that in mind. So I'm not trying to make this live stream too long, but if I'm giving you a an analysis, I want to make sure it is a proper analysis, right? Especially on a macro view, right? When people holding like for 6 to 9 months, right? Stuff like that. So now let's go ahead and move on to the next moon analysis, right? The next moon analysis, it is going to be no way. Okay, Chainx, okay, PCX. Okay, this guy, right? It looks very, 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 very bullish. I'm scared to call these targets. I'm telling you, man. This guy looks very bullish, okay? So now, what we got right here, first thing first, I think it is much easier, right, to analyze Chainx than YFI, right? So Chainx right there, we got a beautiful hidden bullish divergence, okay? We're going to talk about the indicators first, right? So on top of that, right, what we got right here, you guys know I like the double top, double bottom, right there. Even if we did not have any, hidden bullish divergences, right, I would say, okay, it is a bullish pattern regardless. Okay, regardless of the asset. If you just show me the the pattern right here, right, without showing me the chart, I'm going to tell you sucker going to pump. Okay, I'm going to tell you, because sometimes you can get the double top, double bottom on your RSI, right there, like that, right? But you know, your price action might not be giving you a double top, double bottom. So it is not very, it is not you know, systematic. You're not going to get like double top, double bottom on your RSI and you know, price action all the time. Okay, it is not something like you're going to be like, okay, if I get this, I'm going to get that. You see what I'm saying? So for example, right, your price action could be like something like that. Okay, like that, and you're still going to get a double top, double bottom with a what, a hidden bullish divergence from your wave 3 to wave 4, like that. You see what I'm saying? So this move right here could have been something like that. And I showed you that pattern on Tesla. Let's go ahead and take a look at Tesla before I go back and give you those moon analysis. So if you take a look at Tesla right there, we got the same exact pattern, right? Double top, double bottom. Okay, right there. That's the pattern I'm talking about, right? Let's take a look at Tesla. Pretty aggressive. Okay, price action is doing what? A very, you know, it was pumping aggressively to the upside. Okay, the second retest right here was just what? A, you know, to retest the support line back to the you know, back to 50 RSI 50 before the pump to the upside. Okay, MACD flip bullish right there. So Tesla, I said it before the pump, it's okay, it's pretty bullish. Even when it was like 700 range, I've seen like the this guy, I think, like, I don't know, the circle guy, right, over the last few weeks been calling for a short and all that good stuff, right? Saka is like above, you know, 1200, right? So now let's go back to crypto. So if we take a look at PCX, a very, very aggressive pattern, very bullish, easy to analyze, right? And we are assuming like the wave right here from you know, 50 cents all the way up to like a $15 was our wave 1. Just to make it very easy, right? Easy count. Remember, the easier the count, the better it is. Okay, so that's going to be our wave 1 right here, and the entire correction, the entire double top, double bottom could be what, our flat correction, and we could be looking for our wave 3 to the upside, all the way up to you know, 1.27 to 1.41, and potentially wave 4, and then wave 5. I don't care about wave 4. I just want to make sure we got our wave 3. Wave 4 could be anywhere around here, right here, not up there, but you know, you get the concept, right? So we're just gonna leave it there, right? So that's the setup I'm looking for regarding the that's a bullish setup I'm looking for regarding PCX. Looks pretty juicy. Current price just about like a $4.50. Right, we got support all the way down to like a 250 to 80 range if we basically want to retest our July lows. Most of these alt, okay, they above their July lows. Okay, they trying to break out above September highs, and September highs for PCX, it is just about like a $7, 6.8 to a $7. And once we break out above the September highs, we could get more data, right, to anticipate a potential temporary rejection, you know, just about like a $17 to a $15. And if we break out above it, you know, our assumption about the potential move all the way up to 180 could be, you know, could be correct. Okay, could be correct. And the downside potential is like retesting the May 2020 lows right there, just about like a $1 to a 50 cents. If we go through a bear market, okay, we could be saying like, okay, that's going to be our next reaccumulation range. So, you know, I can't go all in any of these coins because you just don't know. Even though these potential targets are pretty bullish, you still have to cover the downside if you want to hold it for long term. If you don't want to hold it for long term, you got to put your stop loss. Okay, gotta put your stop loss, right? So, but in order to get those 20, 50, 100x, you got to be able to wait for at least 3 to 6 months, okay, or even longer. But at least I would say 3 to 6 months, right? So, because some of these alt, it takes like 2 alt seasons for this alt 100x, right? You see what I'm saying? Kind of like a FTM. It took like 2 alt seasons. The first alt season started, back in December, January, right? And it pumped all the way up to like May, and we corrected down May, June, July, 2 months, and it took off after that. So it took 2 alt season for FTM to 100x. Okay, so most of the time, one alt season will not get the job done. Okay, for a 100x, right? So something to keep in mind. So now let's go ahead and take a look at FTM, okay, and compare it to CHR. If you guys recall FTM, if you guys recall CHR, right? Back then, right here, CHR was just about like a 13 million market cap. Let's go ahead and take a look at CHR. So if you take a look at CHR. Hey, what's up, Clay in the house? Thanks a lot for tuning in. Strength in the house, the strong man. Okay, so CHR market cap, right? When I was making my, premium update, this guy was like 13 million market cap. Was one of my top February pick. Okay, I was convinced. Okay, this guy will get the job done. Okay, I was like, okay, max supply is not that high, just about like 1 billion, and circulating supply, it is just about like a 400 million. So more than nearly, more than 40%. So it is not that high. At 13 million market cap, we most likely, okay, at least going to get to like over 100 million, right? So, and right now, if you take a look at the market cap, it is all the way up to like a 260. You go ahead and show me, guys, any trader in the market who showed you back in February, okay, 5 alt, right? That basically pumped like from like under 30 million to over like a 500 million, okay? With like good price history. I'm not talking about like ICO or anything like that. I'm talking about like a good price history, at least, 12-month price history, right? And you take a look at the chart, you do the analysis, and you say, okay, is this guy going to get the job done? Go ahead and show me any trader who basically showed you these macro targets. Okay, you only can get it with Send Crypto. I'm just joking, but you get the concept, okay? So 13 million market cap right here. If you go ahead and take a look at Chainx, right? PCX, back in December, right there. Market cap was just about like a 20 million. Okay, 20 million market cap. And right now, market cap, it is just about like what? 50 million. So, and total supply right here, circulated supply, just about like 11 million. This guy is supply is pretty low, man. And 11 million, man. That's pretty low, okay? Pretty low. I was thinking like it is 11 billion. Okay, I was like, okay, coin market cap is making a mistake, right? But this guy supply is very low, guys, very, very low with this beautiful chart. Okay, so it is likely to take off. So 4.5. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the again the price targets, right? So price target, if we're gonna, if we want to basically be patient, we could be looking for 180 to $200. Okay, 180 to $200. We've seen it before on Zen, guys. So I know most of you guys gonna be like, man, Zen is so bullish, right? But think about it, right? Zen was like $3 to $5 forever. Okay, and sucker broke out like above $100, right? So it is very possible. 1.618 extension, we will talk about it, right? All the way up to like a $600. I'm not sure if you're gonna get there in this bull market, but anything is possible with a when the supply is so low, like 11 million, right? Anything is possible. Okay, we could get to like a $600. We've seen it with Quant, okay, QNT, okay. $5 to like a $300. So I seen quant like back in 2019 when it was cheap, and I thought it was expensive back then. Okay, I was like, okay, I'm gonna wait for $1 and sucker pump all the way up to like a $300, right? So Chainx, keep an eye on it, right? So now let's go ahead and move on to Chainx BTC. Okay, Chainx BTC, the chart looks very Julish also, right? So a wedge pattern right there, you could call it wedge or you could call it triangular formation, whichever you're comfortable with, right? But it looks nice. We got a a potential ending diagonal. You could call it ending diagonal also right there, and price action is at the apex, and we also got a 3D bull divergence right here potentially on the lower degree right there. Okay, right now it is getting rejected, so I'm saying like if we get rejected, right, we do not cross bullish, we could capitulate in the short term. Okay, we could capitulate in the short term just to get back above the resistance trend line right here. Okay, so the range to the downside going to be 1.618 extension. If we get any sell off, we could anticipate 1.618 extension, and price action could get bought up very quickly before we pump to the upside all the way up to 28,000. Okay, so let's see. I'm not sure if bear is going to be strong enough to dump the price, but the bull divergence looks pretty juicy. Started back in November 2020, right there, and we're still making higher lows on our MACD. Okay, so if we're going to be dumping also versus BTC, right, but the USD pair is pretty bullish, it means like BTC going to pump a lot. BTC going to pump a lot. Okay, so I don't think we will dump. I'm bullish on it, right? I'm expecting a potential push all the way up to 28,000 within the next like a few weeks, few months, right? But something to just keep in mind, just in case we do get a short-term checkout, you could accumulate at much lower prices, right? So now let's go ahead and take a look at band. So band looks pretty Julish, similar to us. Let's go back to. It is similar to a Chainx in terms of like a pattern. That's why it is so easy to analyze. So Chainx, as you can see, PCX, right? Double top, double bottom, hidden bullish divergence, right? If we take a look at band protocol, double top, double bottom, HBD. Okay, so nice hidden bullish divergence right here. We could be looking for a a potential wave all the way up to one-to-one extension going to take us all the way up to like a 360. We got a nice reaccumulation started like since August 2020. So nearly over 400 days, 450 days of reaccumulation. So it has to be what, wave 2. Okay, it has to be wave 2. So that's what I'm anticipating. We could get our wave 3 to the upside, and the next bear market, right, could be our wave 3, right? Could be our wave 4, excuse me, right? Meaning like if we pick out anywhere around like a 360 or even like a $1,200, whatever, we could anticipate wave 4 to the downside right here. Okay, somewhere around here, right? So our macro support price action, it is right now at $10, but our macro support going to be just about like a 75 to 25 cents. If we do not break out above like a $20 to $25, we could be just saying, oops, all right, the anti-wave right here, right, going to be our wave 1, and that's going to be our wave 2. Okay, if we ever retest like the bottom, you see what I'm saying? So we can still get 1.618 extension to the upside, and we could just drag our Fibonacci, and 1.618 still going to be above like a 360. So macro wise, within the next like a few years, band looks pretty good. It looks pretty good. Even if we do not get like a 3-6 right now, within the next like a few months, within the next few cycles, we got a pretty good chance, right, to make a to create a beautiful wave 3 to the upside. All right, so we just have to assume right now the $4 range, right, it is going to be our bottom for the wave 1. You see what I'm saying? That's our wave 1, right? And the bottom of the peak, right, from the rejection going to be our wave 2, right there, and we're looking for our wave 3. So if $4 is our wave 2, bang, we're going to the moon. Okay, we're going to the moon. So let's redo it right here, swing high down to swing low, right there. Okay, and 360 is just being conservative. Okay, the reason why I'm saying like being conservative, right? Because we did not retest the 0.618. We just pulled back down to a 382 right here. Okay, 382 Fibonacci, but looks good overall. The volume, if you take a look at the volume, it is pretty low. So we could expect like a high volatility over the next like a few weeks. Okay, and if the volume is green, it means like we're gonna get to the moon. Okay, we're gonna get to the moon. All right, so guys, that's all I wanted to cover, right, regarding band. Right, let's take a look at band BTC. So band BTC looks very, it looks so juicy, man. Like I just don't know. It feels like a CHR back then, right? But the only difference is like CHR, right, came all the way down. I would love it, okay, to see band coming all the way back down. It is going to make me more confident, right? We're going to be pushing to the upside. This pattern, I told you guys, whenever you see a parabolic move to the upside and another parabolic move to the downside, don't hesitate, okay? Not financial advice, but if you go back and study these charts, when I was talking about these charts, guys, it is almost like a year, okay? Like it's been like 12 months. I've been talking about like a FET, CHR, you know, FTM, and all of them, OEN, Harmony, right? They all got the same chart. They all do. And they all pump like a 20x, okay, on average, right? So if we can get it back down here, it'll be beautiful, but I don't think like we will. I don't think we're going to be dumping that low, but who knows, okay? Because the reason why I'm saying like we got a pretty good chance to pump is like we got a beautiful wedge pattern plus a 3D 7D bull divergence. Okay, not 3D but 7D, okay, weekly bullish divergence right here. Okay, so it looks pretty juicy on the macro view. If we take a look at it in terms of Fibonacci, swing low, right, swing high, we just about like a 0.786. So even if we dump lower, we still got support right here at 0.786. And the lowest we could get could be somewhere around like a 7,000, which is going to be 0.888 if the bullishness failed to break out. Okay, so if BTC remains strong, it might not break out right now. Okay, it could just, you know, move sideways, right, like that. Okay, and then just take off after that. Okay, so but it looks very juicy. Let's take a look at AMP, because AMP got the same setup also, right? So if you take a look at AMP, I told you about AMP, you know, support going to be 80 to 50, right? If we can get it lower, that's going to be better, because we know we're going to get another parabolic move after that, right? Just like CHR and all that good stuff, right? So keep that in mind, right? All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and take a look at the chart request. Loom. Hey, what's up? Bye, Boo. Thanks a lot for watching. Bitstamp relisting XRP. That's a good news, says Miss Embry, Mr. Embry. Jenko. I mean, I don't have a best coin pick. You just have to diversify. Don't try to pick the best one. When you try to pick the best one, that's when you miss the best one. Just diversify. Okay, once you diversify, like 5, 7, 10 coins, yeah, when it during alt season, it is okay to diversify. You see what I'm saying? You can get as many coins you want. Okay, but once we start a downtrend, you have to basically go back into BTC, right? We got like a 10,000 coins, right? I can't pick like one coin, right? So Neo, Mana got the job done. Sand, XVG. Tyler T Dog want to talk about GRT. Hey, GRT got a nice chart also. But Tyler, you're a moon boy, so I don't think you're going to be able to wait for those big breakouts. GRT. NKN. You got to be very, very patient, guys. I'm telling you guys. I'm telling you, not financial advice, but if you're patient, right? These coins will get the job done for you. Okay, all you need to do is just go to sleep or go to the beach, right? And chill, right? And come back like 6 to 9 months later. So let's go ahead and take a look at Loom. So Loom, I'm still bullish on Loom. Let's take a look at it on 3D. Yeah, on 3D, yeah, it is still reaccumulating, right? I liked it right here back in 2020. I still like it, right? But back then I told you Loom going to be pumping. It pumped like, I think like 100%, something like that, 200%, right? So Loom, AGI, ELF, you guys remember those calls, right? So because we played the wedge pattern, okay? We said it is going to be breaking out. So it also broke out this year beautifully to the upside. A nice pump right here, 400% pump, right? So as of now, it seems like we could still retest the bottom right here in BTC. Okay, I want to see a strong bull divergence, right? In order to get the bull divergence, we could be retesting the bottom right here, and bang, we're going to get our bull divergence. Okay, so nothing wrong for a short-term dump down to like a 100 sats, right? So and after that, we could be looking for the big resistance all the way up to 1,000 sats. Yeah, and 1,000 sats is going to be the July 20, not July, but the June 2019 resistance right there. May, June 2019 resistance, all the way up to like 1,000 sats. So the problem with Loom is like, is it going to get delisted from Binance? All right, that's the only problem. But for, if it gets added on like the Binance futures and all that good stuff, you got a pretty good chance it's not going to get delisted, right? So that's the only problem. So do your own research and just be patient. If you like the project, you got pretty good upside to the, you got a pretty good upside, okay? And then we got our March resistance all the way up to like a 2000. I hope you're not all in Loom. You should not be all in, right? But could keep a bag and just let it move, right, within the next like a few weeks or a month. Okay. All right. All right. So okay. So now let's go ahead and take a look at NEO. So the NEO BTC chart is not promising, but the NEO USD chart looks very looks promising. Okay, so NEO, I mean, it got the job done last bull run. Okay, 2016 all the way up to 2017. So most people, they see these type of moves and they're gonna be like, okay, NEO going to repeat it. It got a pretty good chance not to repeat it. So I don't think it is going to pump like 250,000%, right? Within this bull market, it could pump like a 5, 10, 20, or even 20x, right? In this cycle, but I don't think that we're going to get this type of moves, right? So what I see right now regarding NEO is like that's our wave 1, that's wave 2, and wave 3 could take forever, could take like multi-year, okay, to basically complete wave 3. Okay, so our next upside target for NEO on a macro view going to be like a 500, okay, which is going to be a 0.618 extension of wave 1, right? So $500, and we got 0.786, could be all the way up to like a $2,000. Okay, the NEO market cap is not that high. If we're going to go all the way up to like a 8 to 10 trillion market cap, yes, NEO got pretty good chance to go back to like, let's say 50 billion to 80 billion. Last bull market we picked at 12 billion. Okay, and NEO needs like let's see 50 billion to be like a $1,000, something like that, right? If I remember the math back in 2018, right? So it looks pretty good. I don't see anything crazy regarding NEO. We got our macro support 27 to a $20 range, and we got our short-term resistance all the way up to like a 120 to 140 medium-term resistance, right? So volume is pretty low, so could shift back to a parabolic once we get the buy volume. This is a premium setup also, right? So let's go ahead and take a look at Mana. Oh man, it's already 1 hour. So Mana BTC. Let's take a look at Mana BTC. So Mana BTC, a beautiful setup. Right here we got our double bottom. Yeah. Got our correction right here in our wave 5. So Mana could be done versus BTC. Okay. Could be done versus BTC. So our next support versus BTC going to be, what I mean done, could be moving sideways for for the next few days, right? So next support versus BTC going to be somewhere around like a 3,000 all the way down to a 2,500. Okay, so in BTC, so give it like a few days to consolidate right here, and we will talk about Mana again. It will most likely going to be consolidating, or even even if we push, we could just push a little bit before retesting support. but macro support right now is going to be 3,000, right? It pumped all the way up to 6,000. We've seen it before. We've seen it on what? We've seen it on Cardano when it pumped like all the way up to 6,000. We said what? 3,000 going to be our support, and right now Cardano is back down to 3,000. So it is good time. It is a good time right now to reaccumulate Cardano before the next pump, at least to retest like a 6,000 potentially, right, or higher. So let's go ahead and move on to Sand. Is it the Sandbox? Yeah. Okay, Sand didn't pay attention to it, right? So, but the pattern right here, that's the same pattern as what? As CHR, okay? Beautiful pattern. You don't need anything else, right? That's the only thing you got right here. And I think we got another pattern. Let's go ahead and take a look at Ergo before I forget, right? Ergo, I think one of the Moon Boy Zingo, okay, Zinc, send me the Ergo chart. Ergo also looks pretty good. A nice double top, double bottom, just like a CHR and Sand. Okay, so Sand, nice double top, double bottom. So guys, if you see these chart patterns, you can also let me know, okay? Because sometimes I don't know everything, okay? I know the patterns, but I don't see everything, right? So if you recognize these patterns, and just say, hey Sam, what do you think about this pattern? Something like that. Okay, I would just tell you like this guy is going to be blasting off. Okay, and it did that exactly. So I would just hold till we get a correction. It could take a while to come back down because we got a nice macro reaccumulation right here. So it takes a while to get back down. Okay, so it looks pretty juicy. Okay, looks very juicy. Let's go ahead and take a look at XVG Verge. So guys, you can also use the CoinTrader.pro. Okay, I'm gonna put a link in the chat room, right? You can also use the CoinTrader.pro. That way, you can basically chart any coins, okay, in the coin market cap. So if you do not have the premium trading view, okay, trading view premium. So Verge, I think strengths like Verge, okay. Back then, what I told you, I remember exactly when Verge was right here, back in November last year, right? The first pump, I was like, don't FOMO on the first pump, let it come back down, okay? It is likely to pump to the upside, so let it come back down to 20 sats, 25 sats, and all that good stuff, and you could reaccumulate it for the next pump. Okay, beautiful move. Okay, the only difference is like between CHR and Verge is like CHR after pumping it double top, double bottom, and give us another pump to the upside. All right, so Verge right now it is going back through another reaccumulation. If we take a look at the 3D, the 3D it is not that strong, but we could use the hidden bullish divergence right here on the 3D. So just be careful with these coins like the 2020, the 2017, 2014 coins, 2015. Okay, just be careful because they could get delisted easily. All right. So we got a potential hidden bullish divergence. All right, and on the 7D, we got a double top, double bottom. Bang. That's what I just told you guys regarding Tesla, right? So a beautiful pattern, very nice pattern. Okay, just have to be patient. Hopefully it is not going to get delisted, right? And it could just blast off. And one thing I just showed you guys, what a double top, double bottom. Also, if you take a look at Verge, this is live. Okay, back in 2017, double top, double bottom. Before the what? The breakout. We just talked about what? Sand BTC, right? Bang, same pattern. This alt, I'm telling you guys, I'm giving you one of the best secret, right, in this crypto space, right? Easy pattern. You just have to recognize it. You don't have to wait for it. It doesn't matter if you like sand, if or you like dust or whatever you like, okay? If you see the pattern, you just take it. When I was calling for CHR breakout, CHR was like 13 million market cap, very aggressive. It could go to zero, but the pattern was not saying like it is going to go to zero, right? So we took it. You take a look at sand, you see the pattern right here. If we go back to, let's go back to XVG, right? On the 7 days, right? Back then, that's the same pattern we got right here. So no difference, okay? Same exact pattern. Right there. Take a look at it right here. Same pattern. If you go ahead and take a look at CHR, you got the same pattern also right there. So that's why we called for the pump. Okay, same pattern. And I did not call the sand pump, but you know, if I saw it, I would have called it. So now let's go ahead and take a look at GRT. Star and Luna. We're going to take a look at Star L. You're welcome, Mr. Crypto Crazy in the house. So just make sure to take profits, into BTC with sand, right? And you can always reaccumulate it later on. Let's go ahead and take a look at GRT for Tyler Moonboy. So GRT kind of look like a AMP, right? Same pattern. I like the downtrend. I'm just gonna keep it very simple, guys. You got a nice bull pattern right here. Don't mess with it. It is a beautiful pattern. I know you love to short this market, but if you short this sucker, it's gonna wreck you. I'm just joking, right? Right, Tyler. Right? It's not gonna wreck you, but don't short it. It is a beautiful pattern. You got, beautiful lower lows, reaccumulation. Might be making what higher lows. Don't mess with it. Okay? Right? Double bottom or high lows, whatever you want to call it. It looks very, very aggressive. This guy is just going to blast off. Okay? The downside support, if it doesn't blast off, right, going to be right here, our macro support. We just talked about band, right, regarding the breakout to the upside, but band was giving us what? Is giving us a wedge pattern. This guy, you could call it a wedge pattern, right? But I'm going to keep it very simple, guys. MACD, RSI, bullish divergence. That's all you need with this alt. You don't need nothing else. I'm telling you, if you want these 25x, 30x, pay attention to your MACD, pay attention to your RSI. Okay, pay attention to your 3D bull divergence. That's it. Okay, and you can play that game every 3 to 6 months. Every 3 to 6 months, maximum 6 months, right? You could just reaccumulate and wait for the 3-month pump, and then take profit and wait for another 6 months. That's it. That's what we do in the premium. The premium, we don't even talk about 5% move, 2% move. Okay, we talk about big moves. Okay, big moves, right? So if you've been watching me long enough, you know exactly what type of call we've been making. When Ether was at $80, what we said, guys, pack your bags. Okay, it is time to go to the moon, right? I didn't say it exactly like that, but I was saying, guys, please make sure to accumulate some Ether at $80. I was bearish on Ether at when Ether was like $300. People were calling for whatever. Okay, right? Now, so GRT looks pretty juicy. It looks very, very juicy. Okay, it looks very juicy. Let's go back to AMP because it looks pretty much like AMP. Okay, it looks like AMP, but AMP is still consolidated, right? Just need the 3D bull divergence right here. That's all we need. So AMP is still trying to find its way up. Okay, it could still be in this range for the next like a few days. Okay, hopefully not, but it could create a bull divergence right here. Okay. CRO, I got a macro CRO target. It is still in play. Let's go ahead and take a look at CRO next. Star Luna. Yeah. Emery, let's take a look at XRP. I think Emery, XRP. So XRP, let's go ahead and take a look at XRP macro. Let's take a look at it versus USD for the Moon Boys. So XRP looking very, very, very Julish. Okay. Okay. So XRP, what we got right here is like we got nearly 1,200 days of reaccumulation after we picked all the way up to like 6 cents, give or take, back in 2013. So it took like nearly over 1,300 days, guys, to break out above all-time high, right there. Okay, nearly 1,300 days, 1,250, give or take, right? So right now we got over 1,300 days, right, and we're still below our all-time high. What is it? What does it tell you, guys? It is telling me personally, right, it is about time. It is about time. Okay, back then, back in 2018, 2017, 2019, I was not paying attention to the how long this alt go through reaccumulation phase. But as I said, it takes what, 3 years, guys, 3 years. Okay, like 1,000 day or high. Okay, for this alt to get going. It means like you just have to wait till BTC breaks above all-time high, right, for this alt to really get going. Okay, in between, during the reaccumulation phase, they can pump like 2x, 3x, here and there, but it is not going to be a macro trend. You see what I'm saying? Like for instance, Ether pumping like from $80 to $300 was not a macro trend, was just a mid-term trend, right? Medium-term trend. So XRP, as you can see right here, I highlighted these two blue areas, and you can see like it could be going to the moon within the next like a few months. If we break out above $2, okay, if we break out above $2, bang, okay, bang, and I think we could hit like a $16 XRP, okay, and that's one of our most, least aggressive call for XRP. The least aggressive call. For some reason, if I take a look at it on Coin Trader, 0.76, it is all the way up to $30. But on Coinbase, not Coinbase, but on TradingView, right, XRP 0.76 extension, it is all the way up to like $16. Okay, so that's just 16x from here, give or take, less than 16x, right? $16 going to be like 13x, right? That's not a lot, okay? That's not a lot compared to our lower cap alt, right? 20x, 25x, 50x, 100x, right? On top of that, XRP, bang, guys. This chart is so Julish. Okay, it is very juicy, very juicy. looks nice, man. I'm telling you, it looks nice. All right, 125. Now let's go ahead and move on to EOS before I take a look at another coin, because we talked about EOS the other day, right? So EOS, if you take a look at it also, guys, it's been moving sideways over the last few years, right? And it is already over 1,300 days right there. Okay, right there, 1278. So we picked back in April 2018, right? So exactly 1278. So it is about to be 1300 days, just like XRP. So keep an eye on it. It is likely to get the job done. Okay. If we dump lower, we got $1 to 150 macro reaccumulation. So if you're waiting for like $100, if you want to wait for $100 EOS, you're not looking to sell. You're not looking to sell at like, let's say $8, $10. So if it dumps down to like $1, $1.50, bang, you're gonna be like, okay, I can even buy it cheaper, right? We've seen it on ETC. If we take a look at ETC, USD, if you slept on ETC, you're gonna be like, okay, this guy is never going to pump. It's never going to pump, right? And right here, you're like, okay, this guy will not pump, right? And this guy just, gets the job done, right? From the bottom to the top, a nice 4,000% pump. Okay, so you don't need to catch the bottom, but even if you can reaccumulate at mid-range, let's say you started buying after it dumped like for over 1,000 days, right? 1,100 days, you still, made a nice 20x move. Okay. And EOS is not even like 1,100 days. It is like over 1,300 days nearly, right? So it is a good time to hold it, not to sell it. Okay. And Ethereum Classic, it is also a good hold for the next like a bull cycle. If you're looking to reaccumulate it, right? It could still pump higher. I don't think like the wave is done. That's our wave 1 right here, right? The anti-wave, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's wave 1. And that's our wave 2. And this could be our wave 3, right? To the upside. It could still pump all the way up to like some crazy, crazy prices. And get our wave 4, next market, market crash in 2023, 2024. Make sure to reaccumulate some ETC again. So what I'm thinking like is, the wave right here, it is our wave 1, 2, that's 3, 4, and 5. So we could complete the 5-wave structure of wave 3. The chart is pretty easy, okay? It's very easy to analyze. You're not gonna spend like too much time like trying to figure out, where is the next like a wave and all that good stuff. So that's our wave 1. Got 5 waves. That's our ABC correction to the downside, and we got 1, 2, and this is going to be our wave. That's our wave 3 right here. We're looking for wave 5 to the upside. We already potentially got wave 4 already. Okay, assuming like $50 to $30, it is going to be our bottom right here, right? We could be looking for wave 5 to the upside. Okay, could be looking for wave 5. If we want to do our extension, right? Swing low to swing high, 1.618 extension going to be almost at 430. Okay, 430. Because the waves are pretty funny. I can't do like 120 extension of wave 3. You see, so you can't basically always do like 120 extension or 1.618 extension. So sometimes you gotta find like a something something easy or something compatible with the chart. I can't basically expect like to get another, let's say, 100x move from $300 in this bull cycle. You see what I'm saying? I don't expect like this guy to go all the way up to like a 2,500. It could, anything could happen, right? I don't know, but just to be realistic, I would say like max $600, $700. Right? But we gotta get this guy to a flip positive, and we could start to celebrate once we get the MACD flipping, starting to flip positive. We could start like to speculate about a wave 5. Once again, I don't think like this is wave 3. You see what I'm saying? I don't think that's the wave 3. Otherwise, I would be saying like that's wave 3 right there. wave 4 right there, and wave 5 on 5, wave 5 of 5 right there. And it looks pretty ugly like that, right? Not ugly, but you know, you get the concept, right? It doesn't look right. I would just leave it like that and be, you know, be a moon boy. Okay. And once we pump all the way up to like a $500 and all that good stuff, guys, bang, you know exactly what to do later on. Reaccumulate right here in the next like, you know, 3 years. All right. IML in the house. SNX and LRC. IML is a moon girl. She likes to hold like a 1 year. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at SNX. And she's in the premium group also, IML. So thanks a lot for the tip. Okay, gonna make me an XRP moon boy. SNX. Let's take a look at SNX USD, right? So SNX is pretty aggressive, okay? Very nice wave structure. Kind of like a EGLD, right? Very nice wave structure. Very nice. Yeah. So SNX, it is very overextended. I know it got, you know, still got like a big potential to break out to the upside, and our next like resistance in the short term to medium term going to be all the way up to like a $25 to $30. Okay, that's going to be our May resistance, right? Very overextended, and you're gonna get like plenty of time to reaccumulate during the next like bear market. So let's try to break out above $25 to $30 range within the next like a few few weeks or even like a few months, right? In terms of wave cycle, this could be our wave 1, 2, so that could be our wave 3. Yeah, could be our wave 3 to the upside, but it means like we could still be pumping much higher with this sucker, right? The market cap is not that high. Let's go back to the market cap. I don't think it is more than 10 billion, but yeah, it is 1 billion market cap. So just to get to like a 12 billion, we could go all the way up to like $100, which is not that high, really. Yeah, 12 billion is not that high. And if we're going to be in the top 100, right? Most of these top 100 coins will worth like more than 8 billion. Okay, we talked about it last year when I was like, okay, if we're going to hit like 7 to 10 trillion market cap, most of the top 100 coin or all the top 100 coins, right, will worth at least 8 billion. Okay, will worth at least 8 billion. So if we can just maintain a strong, solid, support around like $11, $10, and break out above 20, we got a pretty good chance to hit like $100. Right? So let's go back to SNX right there. Okay. So let's break out above 25 and we will talk about it again, right? The hidden bull divergence, it is still in play right there, right here. Okay. And right there. So we got a pretty good chance to go to the moon. So LRC, let's go ahead and take a look at LRC for the macro view for LRC, right? This is a premium target also, right? LRC USD. Let's see. Okay, so LRC USD macro target premium, guys. This is exactly what we do in our premium, right? You know exactly what to expect. So when LRC was that cheap, guys, like a 22 cents, what we were calling for $2 to 2.50. Okay, and after that we're calling for 8 to 16, and after that we're calling for 30 to 35. Looks pretty. I mean, this is exactly what you're getting with our premium. Exactly, guys. We talk about it right there. We said hidden bullish divergence, accumulate, LRC. Okay, hold it, hold it. We're going to moon. All right, when sucker was pretty cheap, guys, right there back in late September, when we got the once we got the 6-hour bull divergence, what I said, it is time. Okay, LRC, I remember exactly September 28th, September 29th, talk about LRC and all that good stuff, right? And few other coins, Dogecoin, they all pumped. Okay, so it is a macro breakout, so we can still go all the way up to like $8. Okay, and if you've been following me long enough, you should have, you should been in, LRC like back in like December, January, February. Okay, LRC, RLC and Kava. They all three of them got the same, type of a price behavior. Okay, we talk about Kava, RLC, and LRC. Okay, so it looks pretty juicy. Okay, very, very juicy. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at CRO. I think I got CRO, BTC macro target. I think I got it over on my macro layout. So that's my macro layout. You see, when I gave you this chart, guys, that was like when, guys? Long time ago, guys. A long time ago, back in like April, May. Told you everything about CRO. Everything you needed to know, okay? As, I told you we're going to be going all the way up to like August 2020 highs right there, 1500 sats. Sucker was right around like what? 250 to 100 sats. I was like, accumulate, okay? Just hold it. Don't mess around with it, okay? Don't buy below like 100 sats. Just wait, because it could capitulate. You could get it cheaper, but just hold, right? Reaccumulate all the way down to like 100 sats. Never retest like even 100 sats. Okay, and we got April highs right around like a 3,000. Only Send Crypto can make those calls, guys, in like a 6 month ahead of time, guys. Okay, beautiful setup. It is like it will take off. It will take off. Okay, it is already taken off. Right, we above the 100 EMA. Looks pretty juicy. And most of the time, whenever we above the 100 EMA, what happened? Okay, we tend to what? We tend to break out fast. Okay, so it's still a good hold, right, going forward. So market cap is not that high, right? Market cap is not that high. 6 billion is not that high. Okay, yeah, it's not that high for number 33. So if we're expecting like the entire space, right, the top 100 to worth like 8 billion or higher, this guy could, if like it is going to be in the top 50, it could worth like what, at least 50 billion, right? If number 100 going to worth like 8 billion, could expect like what, number 30 to worth like probably like 5 times more. Okay, like 40 billion to 50 billion, right? Just like it is right now. Okay, the top 100, right, number 100 is just about like a 1 billion. CRO is right now 6 billion. So if it is going to be in the top 30, it could be like 6 times 6, at least 36 to 40 billion, right? And it hasn't pumped yet. So let's go ahead and, I mean, I'm just speculating. I'm not saying it will. That's just my own personal analysis, right? They might just like go 6 billion. Who knows? Okay, I'm just speculating. All right, I talked about it back in 2019, so it is not something like I just started to repeat and all that good stuff, right? Hey, what's up, Emil? Thanks a lot for tuning in. Thanks a lot for the tip. Okay, is Mia in the house? CNX, please. I think Centric is on KuCoin, right? So give it like a few days to give us a better chart. Let's do this guy times 100. This guy doesn't have enough volume. Whoa, the chart looks good. Okay, I think we talked about it before. The volume is low, right? But the chart internally, it looks great. Okay, this is exactly what I tried to tell you, right? What I told you, the regarding the FET pattern. Bang. Okay, these type of charts, you just have to I don't do any fundamental analysis, so you have to do your own fundamental analysis. Okay, the chart could look good, but anything could happen. Okay, anything can happen, and it just doesn't work out, but it looks good. I would just suck it up for now. The volume is extremely low. Okay, the volume is extremely low. That's the reason why I just did a 100x chart, meaning like you just multiply your ticker by 100. Okay, you do a times 100. That's it, and you're gonna get a better view. Looks pretty juicy. Okay, your resistance is going to be all the way up to like 6 sats, right? Because I multiplied by 100. Right now it's like 600. So your resistance is going to be all the way up to 6 sats, right? It should 100x in the next 3 months. I don't know. I don't know about 100x in the next 3 months, but the chart looks pretty juicy, just like CHR, FET, FTM. If it is going to follow that trend, it could go over 100x. Okay, if we go back to FTM, let's take a look at FTM. When I was giving you guys FTM back in January, FTM was right here, same exact pattern. Okay, same exact pattern, and I told you right here, accumulate, right? Buy FTM. I did not say to buy FTM right there. I said buy it right here at 100 sats, because we did have a short-term double bottom, right? But I was anticipating later on for price action to create something like that, right? That's what I was anticipating. So I was making sure we get in early, right, and be able to be patient. And bang, that's exactly what we got. Okay. Guys, someone asked me about Sol BTC Phantasma. The chart looks very this chart looks very nice also, right? Just like FTM, triple quadruple bottom, right? Top, whatever you want to call it. Quadruple top right there. So if we break out above the resistance right there, if you're holding it, you might just want to suck it up, right? Balancer, let's go. Says I can read it. Says Mr. Moonboy. Balancer, let's go. Oh, thanks a lot, Emil. Thanks a lot, man. I mean, I enjoy these live streams, guys. I like I said, right? I can give you guys 5 minutes videos and all that good stuff, but the editing time, it takes me 30 to 45 minutes, up to 1 hour to edit a 5 minutes video. You see what I'm saying? I feel like I'm just going to be wasting my time doing like a 5 minutes video instead of basically, I could take all that time to talk about like a 10 alt or even like a 15 alt. That way, you guys learn from it and make some life-changing gains and all that good stuff, right? Oh, star. Let's go ahead and take a look at star for that moon boy. Is this star link? Give me a proper ticker, right? Star L. Yeah, I think star link. I seen it on the coin market cap. Give me a proper ticker. It's not at last, right? It's not a star at last. Yeah, this coin also looks nice on regarding the double bottom right there. So it looks very nice. So if you're holding it, you might just suck it up. The worst case scenario is like just for it to retest the bottom right there. That's it. That's the worst case scenario. But the impulsiveness we got right here looks pretty juicy and double bottom. So we could be looking for a wave 3 to the upside. Give me a proper ticker, right? Everything going to be all right. Asking with which coin are okay. Starlink. Yeah, that might be Starlink. Okay, all right. This guy got the job done already. So I would just hold, right? It doesn't have it doesn't have a good price history. I mean, like, it just came out like a 3 month, 4 months ago, right? So we could just, just speculate like that's wave 1, that's wave 2, 3, and we got to wait for wave 4 to be we got to wait for the wave 4 to be done, and then we could be looking for wave 5 later on. So it is still a good hold. Just hold it right here, right? Wait for support. Could look for 50% pullback, going to be all the way down to like, this guy got a lot of zeros, man. Okay, 32.85. Okay, all the way down to 32.85. You still got support. Okay, daily 21 right now, it is just about like 32.50, right? So just keep an eye on your daily 21. If the daily 21 pushes higher up to like 4,000, you just suck it up and start accumulating at 41. Because one thing I could speculate is like we could make a double top. Hey, what's up? Okay, says hello. Cooking dinner and listening. Alright. LRC was the coin. Thanks a lot, Iman. Iman, you've been killing it in our premium and even in the public, right? When you're in the public, I remember, the storage call, ELF call, all that good stuff back in 2020. So you've been killing it. Just keep it up, okay? Just be patient. Don't day trade it. Don't day trade my calls, right? Just be patient. It takes me time, guys. I do a lot of research based on chart, right? Based on charting before I basically talk about these coins. Most of them will not, not most of them. Most of them will break out. Some of them won't break out right away, but they will eventually break out, okay? Very few of them will get delisted, right? Okay? You're not gonna get like 10 of my coins getting delisted and stuff like that. Market Cypher, get out of here, man. SLP. I don't think I made a call regarding SLP. Let's take a look at star ether. I can do any chart on it. Maybe on coin market cap. Oh, this guy scared me. I thought that was BTC. I thought that was BTC breaking out like that. I was like, whoa. Man, I can do this start link pancake swap. It doesn't have enough history, so baby start link dodge. I don't know, man. All right. Yeah, guys, just go ahead and rewatch the first 30 minutes, right? Litecoin, Balancer, YFI, PCX, Band. They all they all got potential on the macro scale, right? They all got potential on the macro scale. The Wi-Fi one is kind of complex, but I think I'm still working on the chart also, right? I will keep updating it, but it does have a pretty good chance to get the job done within the next like a few months. Now let's go ahead and take a look at BTC. So BTC, as we said on the weekly. So if you want to start off on the weekly, we got the double top, double bottom right here. So it is a bullish pattern, right? So most bears are calling for what? Most bears are calling for the same thing they called back in what? Back in February. If you guys recall, right? What the bears were saying back then on the lower degree was like, okay, BTC will make what? A double top, double bottom right here. Okay, right there. They said, okay, we're going to be retesting 30K. You go ahead and check most of these bear channels, right? I was calling for a pump. I was like, the double bottom we got right here on the low degree, we're not going to be retesting it anytime soon. Okay, and after we pump all the way up to like, after we got the breakout, I was like, okay, 30K going to be our macro support. The first week of January, that's when I said it. And after we pump right there, bears was still calling for 30K. Okay, so bears, whenever we pump, they're gonna call for a dump. That's all we need to remember. Eventually, we will dump at some point. I just don't know when, but we will dump. Okay. So on the 2D basis, we're still looking good. Not crossing negative yet. Price action, it is still above the 21. I just don't like the fact that we're staying here too long. Okay, I don't like that. Okay, so bear is going to be making more bear videos, right? Bearish videos, and going to be calling for a dump, and that could cause a panic selling. All right. So, but let's see, we're still above the 2D21 price action. Regarding the MACD, it is still positive, not crossing negative on the 2D. No sort of bearishness on the daily yet, right? The daily, we just got a bearish negative crossover, but no sort of bearishness in terms of like MACD. A price action, it is still making low highs. Both of our indicators, MACD and RSI, still making lower highs. So nothing crazy at all. Okay. If we get a big crash, it only means like we're going to be reversing to potentially create the bearishness right there. You see what I'm saying? So, and these guys could do something like that, and we could make something like that, double top. And we're going to be like, oops, it is time to pack our bags. We're going back on Earth, right? So on the 6 hour, the 6 hour is teasing us with the MACD, bullish crossover, bearish crossover, and all that good stuff. The trend is not strong yet, so that's why the MACD, it is still looking slow. You guys love patterns, but I talk about these patterns so many times, right? These head and shoulders. That's why I don't even trade them a lot anymore, right? Because I just see this pattern. I don't talk about them a lot, right? It doesn't mean I don't see it. Like, just because I'm not talking about it doesn't mean like I don't see it, right? But right there. Okay, so talk about these patterns so many times. Back in 2019, around like a 14K and all that good stuff. When we were calling for 16K moon boys, I was like, okay, this is a double top. I mean, not a double top, but it is just a WXY correction. So if I want to be constant, right, I would be saying like right now, like, we might not be breaking out above 65. Okay, because that's what I said last time, right? And we crashed from like a 13K, okay, 12.9 to be exact, something like that, right? Back in I think July 2019, right? And that's when we crashed all the way down to like a 9K again. So, but just be cautious. Everything looks good on the high time frame. No need to do any high leverage. I wouldn't even leverage right now, guys. If you I wouldn't be doing high leverage and all that good stuff. Just keep it cool. And also I'm breaking out like a 20x, 30x, 50x, 100x, and all that good stuff. But just keep it cool and stay tuned, right? I just don't want us to create a WXY correction. That's what I mean. It is a bearish pattern if I want to be constant right there. So if we break out, we just, we cannot be consolidating again. If we break out above like a 65,000, 63,000 range right there, I mean 64, 65, we just have to break out. We can't be like consolidating for another like 2 days. It means like we could potentially come back down. Yeah. Oh, mask. Somebody asked about mask. Mask have been pumping. Kind of. Take a look at mask right here to get a better view. It's already 11. Mask. I'm at 2021, so it looks good, right? Looks really good. 500% move. So let's just wait and see, right? Because it seems like, right, this could be our wave 1 right there. Seems like it could be. And that could be the bottom of our wave 2. And we could be looking for wave 3 to the upside. I'm going to give you the most bullish pattern, right? I know you're a moon boy, Pablo. Right? So that's the most bullish pattern. However, right, it is still going, the next pattern I'm going to give you, it is still going to be macro bullish, but this wave right here might not be the entire wave 2. Wave 2 could do something like that. That could give you a zigzag. I just don't want to go through like some wave count and all that good stuff to make it complicated, right? But you could just use your fib retracement, right? If we retrace lower at 0.618 all the way down to like $6, That's going to be a potential range where we could say, oops, it is time to suck it up. Okay, and that could be our wave 2 right here. However, if we got another massive breakout above like $15, right, it is going to give you a a potential breakout continuation for a wave 3. Okay, once we break out above 22, we will try to target the wave 3 top. Okay, in terms of indicators, everything looks good, man. Everything looks good on a daily. Let's take a look at it on the 2D. Everything looks jullish on the 2D, man. Bang, 3D bullish divergence right here. I love it. I love this one. Yeah, I love this one. So bears could just probably suck it up and wait for a while. They might not get the $6. If the 3D bull divergence, 3D bullish crossover going to continue the trend, bang, it's all yours. Okay, it's all yours. Just give me some XRP. I'm just joking. Hank. Micah G in the house. Thanks a lot for tuning in. IoTX macro target. Micah, is this the same Micah in our premium? I keep asking, but I don't think it is, right? Yeah, just suck it up, man. Bears gotta suck it up. A 3D, bullish divergence, a 3D MACD bullish crossover after a big trend. We got the same trend back in back in May, I think April, for most of these art after the 2D. Let's go ahead and take a look at ADA, because ADA is one of the Moon Boy's favorite, right? Right here, after we cross bullish right there, right, we did get the pump right here. Okay, right here, after we cross bullish right there, what I said, we did cross bullish, or we did pump right there. Okay, ADA, if you're in our premium, guys, you are buying not even premium, but the back in like a 2019, that's when I said accumulate ADA versus BTC at 500 sats, 600 sats to 400 sats. You can go back and check my videos back then, guys. I'm telling you guys. And right now, from that price point in USD, bang, 50x. You got it? Capiche? Okay, got to be patient, guys. So ADA on the macro view, let's just go ahead and suck it up and talk about ADA macro view, because sucker gonna dump in the next bear market. It could just try to get the next leg up to finish off the bull market. But if you feel like you missed out, you got plenty of chance to wait. Okay, that's our wave 1, wave 2, right? And 1-to-1 extension of our wave 1 going to take us right around like a $4. 1.618 going to be all the way up to $17. Not sure if we're going to be able to make it this bull market, right? And take a look at it, guys. Something very strange, right? We just talked about this double top, double bottom on Tesla, right? On Tesla, right? Right there. And what we did on Tesla, we pumping same exact pattern, ADA and Tesla, right? Go ahead and take a look at. I'm gonna go back to the to ADA, but same exact pattern, guys. Same exact pattern. Same exact pattern. Just go ahead and show me, guys. Who's showing you these macro targets? Telling me, okay? Telling me, okay? I'm telling you guys. Same pattern. Same exact pattern. right here. Bang. Yeah. So 80 already completed the pump. It seems like we could pump to 1.41, going to be all the way up to like a $7 though. But once again, you got plenty of time, guys, to reaccumulate 88. So if you've been holding 88 since, like, I called it right here, 4 cents, 5 cents, right? I mean, if you're taking profits, right, selling it to newbies, it won't hurt a lot. Okay, taking some profit as it goes. Okay, and the next bear market, we know exactly what to do. Okay, this is 1, 2, 3, 4. We could get this wave 5 or even up to $17. Who knows? And the next bear market, we will reaccumulate. I'm not saying it will drop all the way down here. I'm just drawing before bears start shorting the sucker. Okay, it could be anywhere around here. Okay. We go to 17, dropping back down to $1, it wouldn't be a big deal. Okay. Before the next like a bull market reaccumulation and going all the way up to like some crazy prices. Link, please. Mr. Market Siphon says. Oh, okay, Mika, okay. Mika, whatever. So Mika in the premium group. So if you have any alt you want me to take a look at in the premium, just put it in the alt discussion, trading alt discussion channel, and I will take a look at it. Mika is another moon girl also. Seems like girls love to hold longer than boys. Boys be like, I would have shot these suckers, and all that good stuff. I think Mika, I'm assuming, okay, Mika, I'm sorry. The link was yesterday. So let me know what you guys think, right? Oh, Uma is one of my favorite moon boy call right there. I like the Uma chart. Yeah, man, I liked it. I like the Uma chart, guys. Yeah, I like the Uma chart. I think we just talked about this chart on band. Let's go take a look at band. And most of the I think it's band USD. Bang. You see, guys, if you know your charts, it doesn't matter which, it doesn't matter what type of chart, right, you're going to be analyzing. You know exactly what to say or what to think. Okay, same exact pattern. And this is live. Okay, so it's same exact pattern, right? So even if we take a look at, let's take a look at a PCX. Bang, same exact pattern, same exact bull divergence, right? Same exact bull divergence. Take a look at sand. I don't think sand created a double top, double bottom. No, sand did not. So sand is going to the moon. Okay. Sand is going. It created a double top, double bottom versus BTC. Yeah, right there. So sand is going to the moon. It's not going to turn dust. Okay. Going to the moon, buddy. So let's go ahead and take a look at UMA. Man, I was supposed to be talking about UMA in my next live stream. But let's just check it out, right? Let's just wait for the next live stream and we're going to talk about the macro targets and all that good stuff. But it looks good. We got a nice hidden bullish divergence. So stay tuned for, for UMA. We're going to talk about UMA next live stream. Hopefully tomorrow. If BTC pumps, right? But if BTC dumps, oh, I'm going to be crying too. I'm just joking, but it looks good, man. We will talk about it in details. UMA, mirror, right? We're going to talk about it in details on the macro. We're going to talk about this guy also on the macro, right? And all that good stuff. Okay. Yep. And this guy, we're going to talk about this guy also, guys. We're going to talk about this guy. All these double top, double bottoms, hidden bullish divergences, right? I'm going to try to talk about them tomorrow. Okay. Ring. I don't know if you guys know ring or not, right? But this guy about to ring. Okay. Bang. Double top, double bottom. Beautiful, MACD bullish crossover. It is likely to get the job done. And if we take a look at ring, market cap is not that high. Okay, 50 million, guys. 50 million, guys. We just talked about PCX. Okay, and I think they in a Polkadot ecosystem, right? So Polkadot is pumping. So it is time for these guys to get the job done. Bang, take a look at the chart. Beautiful, beautiful chart, okay, on the line graph. 50 million market cap, guys. Very, very cheap. Okay? Very, very cheap. It came out back in 2020, so it is not even that, it's not even that long since it came out, right? So pretty bullish pattern. We will talk about it, okay? I already got the premium setup and all that good stuff, but I will talk about it in public. Yeah. So PCX, ring. PRB. Let's go ahead and take a look at PRB. One of the moon boy in our group. EBR, sorry. Okay, one of the moon boy in our group mentioned about PRB. Looks pretty good. Yeah, looks pretty good. It is also a Polkadot. It's also in the Polkadot ecosystem, right? And EWT. Yeah, EWT also. We will talk about EWT. Double top, double bottom, hidden bullish divergence. Okay, so you just have to suck it up. The consolidation range, is pretty extensive, like almost 400 days. So it has to be a wave 2. That's what I'm assuming, okay? Because if we dump, right, it means like we're going to be reaccumulating for the next, let's see, for the next, till 2022, right? 2020, early 2023. So we don't want to break the $5 range. Okay. So, and I will save it till tomorrow, guys. I will save it till the next live stream. Okay. And we're going to talk about these guys. So stay tuned for UMA, Mirror, Ring, and EWT tomorrow or before the weekend. Please talk about COIT. Hey guys, make sure to hit the likes, right? And make sure to share the content, right? If you know some moon boys, right, ready to pack their bags, just share the content, right? That way we can grow together. So I'm telling you guys, the bigger the channel, right, the more coins I'm going to be analyzing, and the more chances, right, you guys going to get to buy new coins, because most of these coins I do analyze, right? It's like random people asking me about, because sometimes I don't have time to like go watch YouTube, search some videos and all that good stuff, right? I don't have time, right? Like for instance, equalizer, the other day, right? Somebody asked me about equalizer and I went and looked it up, okay? and the chart looks juicy, and we talk about equalizer, right? FET, when I discovered FET was like back in 2019, and someone kept on asking me about FET. So I was like, it's not ready. So when the chart popped up and everything was looking good, I was like, bang. FTM, same thing. So the bigger the channel, the more the more chances we're going to get for those like 100x. So make sure to share the content. That way we can grow together. And don't hesitate to ask me any coins. Okay, even if it is a S coin, just ask. Okay? You never know if how I feel about that coin, right? It's free. Okay, it's free. For instance, when I started talking about one BTC, Harmony. Okay, Harmony was right there. Okay, was right there. Okay, it was back in October 2020. Okay, that's when I started talking about Harmony. I was like, this guy going to blast off. Okay, right there, not double top, but 3D. Just wait for the 3D bull divergence, right? Give us a double top right here. I was like, it is a parabolic move. We're going to get another parabolic move to the downside, and we're going to blast off. So this guy was like 30 million market cap back in October. And this guy, I made sure no one was talking about it. Okay. So no one was talking about it back then. I did my research. I went on YouTube, look up for the videos. No one was talking about it. I'm like, okay, that's a perfect time to accumulate this guy with this beautiful chart, right? Okay. We take a look at the market cap right there. Okay. Take a look at it back in October. Bang. But I told you guys, 30 million market cap. Okay. Right now it is 3 billion market cap. Okay. The only Sun Crypto can give you these macro targets, and it's in 12 months. Okay, so it did not take like a 1 week for this guy to go up. Like 100x. So you've got to be patient. Okay, and I just gave you guys UMA, Ring, and PCX, and Limpo also 15 million market cap. Equalizer. Equalizer right here, a 15 million market cap coin. Beautiful pattern, right? Beautiful pattern, man. Beautiful pattern. Yeah, beautiful. I know you can't see it. Okay, you can't see it, but you will see it once we get the parabolic move and the next parabolic move to the downside. Next bull market, you accumulate it right here, and you're gonna take it to the moon. VChain, please. I talked about VChain already, man. Check out my short video update. So VChain, it already pumped a lot. So if you've been following me long enough, you would be accumulating VChain right there, just about like a 0.004 back in 2019. Okay, and early 2021, we talk about it also. Late October 2020, we talk about like buying VChain at 50-70 sats. I was like, okay, guys, that's it. Pack your bags. It's time to go to the moon. Bang. Okay, we pump all the way up to 28 sats. Still looking good. It seems like we still got a big potential to the upside, right? But it is not a top, 500 coins. It is like, it is outside it is not outside the top 100. You know what I mean, right? So it's not going to go like 100x from here. Okay, it can go. It can give us a nice 10x, right? But it looks good. Okay, let's just try to break out above 15 cents. And our next short-term resistance is going to be 26, and bang. Okay, everything else could be just air. Okay, could fly like a whatever. Okay, so our macro support right now, it is going to be our May lows right there. That's going to be our macro support. We don't want to break out below it. If we do, we're going to be in trouble. Okay, right, guys. So TEL looks looks good, man. We broke out. Immediate resistance right here. We could get wave 5. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's our macro reaccumulation. Our previous bear market. That's what you need to be waiting for if you missed out. Right? That's what you need to be waiting for. Don't feel like you missed out, guys. We're gonna get plenty of chances in the next like 2 to 3 years. Right? In 12 months alone, guys, I'll give you maybe over 10, 20 coins, right? Outside the top 200 or like a 300, and they all now in the top 100, okay? Or like at least top 200, okay? Like Celer, right? We just talk about Harmony, FET, okay? FTM, okay? CHR, right? They're all in the top 200 at least, okay? So we're gonna get plenty of chances, right? Just have to be patient. You don't need to be in rush, leveraging the market and all that good stuff. Even if you make money, even if you make like $10 billion, you're still going to be buying the dips again. So just be patient. That's my recommendation, not financial advice. I'm just saying be patient. Don't rush the market. Pay attention to the macro view. Do not focus too much on the short-term trades like 10%, 15%. Wait for the big moves, okay? We're going to get these big moves every 6 to 9 months, okay? Not 100x, but we're going to get some big moves every 6 to 9 months. That's just guaranteed, okay? Even if it is going to be like a 2x, right? Mr. Hey, Kairos in the house, man. Don't make me scoop up some hay, man. Oh, okay, this guy, I got it on my watch list. Okay, I got it on my watch list already. Not sure if we're gonna get to like 80 sats. Right now we are 200 sats. It is really time to reaccumulate. I think we talked about it last year when it was pumping. Okay, this year actually, back in April, May. I remember you were asking about it and all that good stuff. So I was telling you it is just moon time, right? It did moon. And you take a look at the pattern right here. It is what? A double top? Not a double top, but a double bottom, right? Pump to the upside, dump to the downside. That's what you want to buy. If we retest 25 sats, that's going to be nice. I don't think we will anytime soon, right? Because we got a nice hidden bull divergence right there on our MACD. Right there. Okay? So we don't have a strong bear signal right now to drop down to like a 25 within the next like a few weeks. So it could be a flash crash. Who knows, right? So it looks good. So let's take a look at API. I think API and HIA kind of similar. So let's take a look at on the daily. Yeah, happy, whatever you want to call it, right? Happy one. Got a nice setup. It could give us a double top, double bottom to make a killer move in the next like could give us this double top, double bottom, just like sand, and it'll be happy right after that. Okay, so double top, double bottom, support going to be around like this guy is not cheap, man. It's like 120,000 sats. I think it is over $100. Okay, last time I checked it, it is over $100. But the market cap is pretty cheap. Okay, I think like 40 million, something like that. Happy. I got it from Giovanni Moonboy. Yeah, it's like 40 million market cap. So don't worry about the price really. Just worry about the market cap. 40 million market cap in this stage of the bull market. You can't beat it. Low supply, okay, 1 million. We almost like 500,000 supply right now. They're circulating. Yeah, so I can, yep. Yeah, keep an eye on Happy. I will talk about it once I get more a better chart. Right now the chart is not so friendly. It looks good, but I think I can wait longer. Let's see what we're gonna get right here, okay? With the retest of 125,000 sats. Yeah. So be happy. All right, guys, I'm just gonna call it a day. Gizmo, let's go ahead and take a look at sell for Gizmo. Man, I was supposed to do a 30-minute live stream, man, and now it's like 2.5 hours. Gosh. Okay, so you're looking good, man. I show midterm resistance right here. Just have to keep up the high lows, and bang. Okay, right now it is not one of my favorite pattern, right? We're not getting any bull divergence. I would have basically called it right there. Okay, if you asked me back in August, I would have tell you like you got your bull divergence right here. Okay. Yeah, it pumped already. So, but the good news, right? Even though, okay, it is not one of my favorite pattern from the bottom, you still got your double top, double bottom. So kind of like CHR. So this guy could take us to the moon over the next like a few months, right? If we flip bullish right here on your 2D, right, versus BTC, suck it up. It's going to pump. Yeah, doesn't look bad versus the dollar. A macro double top, double bottom right there. Right here. Okay. Yeah, you could call it double bottom with the hidden bullish divergence right there. Okay. So as you can see, we're getting most of these setups right now. Most of our alt setup right now getting this setup. Okay. You know, just like a UMA, mirror, ring, EWT, right? This one is just wider. Right. So let's see if you can break out the August highs, bang, you're good to go. And the bearish setup is like you just follow the trend line. So if you missed out, let's say a bear missing out, right, and all that good stuff. I mean, a moon boy is missing out. You could just wait for the macro trend line support at some point down the road. We got plenty of space right here to accumulate if we ever retest it. Okay. A very easy chart to analyze. Even if you do something like that, you just reaccumulate, right? But by then you're going to get some noise right here to tell you, hey, it is time to get out because you're making a bearish divergence, something like that. Kind of like a Tezos, right? Pretty much same chart. All right, guys, save POLS. We're gonna talk about POLS tomorrow. Okay, I'm pretty tired. I gotta get some water and some coffee, man, and go ahead and get back to the chart. All right, Kairos, thanks a lot for the tip, man. You're making me an XRP moon boy. All right, guys, have a good night, good morning, whatever, okay?